I'm ready.
Thank you, Yesper, for taking your time. I want to start with some questions about yourself. What profession did you dream about when you were a kid?
I actually was born and raised in a small city in southern Sweden, next to the sea. So I was very often nearby the sea, did various activities, and I started to dream about being a professional dinghy sailor, because I thought that sailing looked so cool, to be in the nature with the elements. So my dream was really to be a professional sailor. But in order to be a professional sailor, I had to learn how to swim. And because in order to start to take lessons to learn how to sail, you need to be able to swim 200 meters. And that was not so easy when you were young, 6-7 years of age. I remember myself practicing a lot, and after some time I actually in a very early age learned how to swim 200 meters, and then I could start to take lessons for sailing. And another challenge I also faced starting sailing is that I needed a boat. In the beginning I was borrowing boats, but then I wanted to buy one myself. But as my family couldn't support that, I also had to make some extra money to save, to work extra, handing out newspaper, going to beaches, selling ice cream, doing various activities so that I could make money and buy my first boat.
And why sailing?
I saw, a lot of cool sailors on TV, and they looked very athletic and very sporty, and I had this addiction to be nearby the sea and the elements of being out there in the nature by the wind, and I also saw some of the older children or young people actually doing sailing, so I thought it looks very cool.
Was it easy to learn dinghy sailing?
No, it was not. I remember many times how I failed, and I remember once it was very windy and it was in early spring and the temperature in the water was very cold, and I managed to flip over with the dinghy and I ended up under the sail, and before I got out I was scared to death. So I have clear memories that it was not that easy. Sailing is much more complicated and consists of many small details that make the total working very well. You have to be in a good physical shape, you have to be strong, you have to be out on the open sea for maybe a full day, competing with others. Also, you need to have very good equipment, and you need to trim the sail in various ways, so you can maximize the speed. And this is a whole art in itself. And then on top of that, you have to understand the weather and read the waves and the wind, to be sure that when you sail and compete that you are on the right side of the track versus your competition. So a lot of details and totality makes you really successful, and you gain boat speed and you win. And sometimes today I reflect upon this, because I feel like very often in Oriflэйm it's very similar. It's hard to say it's just one thing that makes a difference. It's normally many different things together that makes us successful in a market, and we win.
So why didn't you become become professional dinghy sailor? How did you end up in business?
Actually, I was professional for a while because I was in the Swedish champions team for a while, and actually I sailed for Sweden in the European Championship, so that was really great. But after some time I realized that it's hard to make a living out of sailing, so I decided to work instead, simply. But still today sailing is really one of my biggest interests, and I still do dinghy sailing on my free time.
So how did you find Oriflэйm?
Yeah, it's a interesting story. It was actually not me finding Oriflэйm, it was my wife, Marianne. In the newspaper there was an ad about Oriflэйm looking for a managing director in Mexico. And she thought it was a very good idea and a great adventure for our family to move to Mexico. And it seems like to be a good company, she said. So I applied, and within just a few days I was interviewed by Robert in his office. And I remember it was really a very inspirational meeting. Robert talked about the company, the opportunities, and he also spoke about the company culture. And it really inspired me to continue the process, and I really felt like this culture is really was a perfect fit for what I like about having freedom, entrepreneurship, adventures, and also this part of helping others for a better living and fulfilling dreams. So I was very inspired, I remember, and actually in just a few weeks I was employed. I was actually not becoming the MD of Mexico, but I was running another brand that Oriflэйm had at that time called Fleur de Santé. So that's how I started.
How did you end up doing what you're doing now? Meaning having one of the absolute top jobs in Oriflэйm and managing all these regions.
I actually been doing many things in Oriflэйm, and over time I gradually got more responsibility, which I of course very much appreciated, and has also given me the opportunity to work in all geographical areas of Oriflэйm. But to be honest, I have never really made a career plan that I want to be this and that by that time. I have always thought about the results and my achievements, and that has been my main focus, because I know that I knew and known that if I just deliver the very best and have excellent results, my career and responsibilities will obviously follow. And here I am. I ended up in this position that I'm very grateful for, obviously. I also like to say that as an advice and learning is that it is very good for, especially the young generation, they think first career and then results, so to say. I think it's very important to grow in an organization step by step, learning new things and deliver results, because we are a very results-oriented company. If results are there, and for sure the career will follow.
So what's your goal with your current job?
Well, to contribute together with my team to make sure that Oriflэйm becomes the #1 global social selling company. And of course this will do through fulfilling dreams of our brand partners and also of course of all our employees. And I like to say also that our goals for me and my team in our global business area is really to make sure that we are delivering the operating profit targets that we have of 15%, and this we do by implementing the great strategy that we have. I also have as a goal to make sure that we are developing people, and that we have the very best people in our team to ensure a great succession and continuous growth of Oriflame, and also that we are able to expand further and even open new markets around the world.
How do you think we are doing on those goals, and how did this year affected us?
Yeah, it's been a very interesting and challenging year, I must say, that I have never experienced before. You know, in the beginning of the year, we had very clear targets like we normally have. But then in March, April, we were affected by this very big COVID challenge, and we have to change our approach to many things. And I remember in March, April, I was quite worried about the unknown. Where is this taking us? How it's going to be? We have actually in some of our markets even minus 30% sales decline and many challenges. But again, Oriflame really lived up to the challenges with great solutions. We actually had numerous amounts of meetings to really solve the practical operational challenges in delivering products and having online meetings, motivating our people, etc., etc. So that was a very big challenge, but I think we did a fantastic job, and I'm so proud of the team and our leaders and brand partners around the world, what we have accomplished this year. It's been a very challenging year, but we have overcome the challenges, and actually in May, June, we started to grow again. So fantastic.
You mentioned that in all those years that you've been with Oriflame, there's been lots of crises, and I think it is true. I mean, there's probably been constant crises in different countries. I mean, at any point in time, I'm sure there's something happening in one of our markets. So it is kind of a constant crisis.
Yeah.
How do you deal with it? I mean, what it takes to go through the crisis, to tackle it, to come out better from the, and then face another one. How do you deal with it?
As we work in emerging markets, and we've been very early into very immature and undeveloped areas in the world, I would say that we have developed this knowledge, and it's a part of our culture to deal with crisis. And I think it goes back to the business model that is very adaptive. We can very quickly make many changes and adaptations to the new situation. But the greatest asset is really the people and the culture, the entrepreneurial spirit, the passion for really solving things together, and everyone is really contributing with a great spirit and new ideas. And I think it's really because of the culture and the great people we have, we always manage to deal with crisis, and we always have a saying that it's a very tough times right now, but Oriflame will come out even stronger out of this crisis, and that has happened all the time.
So coming back to this year, how did you manage the COVID situation? I mean, what were the biggest challenges, and how did you and your people adapt?
Many challenges, and that we have overcome, but basically I think that the culture of Oriflame, the mindset, the entrepreneurial spirit, thinking out of the box, dedication of really solving the problem, working together with our brand partners and leaders, finding solutions, has been key to our success. And I really like to thank everyone for their effort and for delivering fantastic results during a very difficult time. And what we've been talking a lot about is of course, the motivation, the opportunities, that in all challenges lies opportunities for us to reach out and recruit even more people to our organization, because people are in need of extra income or have flexible working hours or work from home as one is not able to go out to the same extent. Also our products, we've been promoting our great products that have so many benefits, and especially of course the wellness products in these times with strengthening the immune system. So we've been thinking out of the box, being positive and really pushing the opportunities, and we have really created a great momentum around this that has rendered into very good results. One example of thinking out of the box and finding solutions is in Latin America, who was actually most severely hit by the COVID. And there were many challenges in the distribution area, especially as many of the authorities didn't even allow our warehousing facilities and picking lines to be open. And I remember one story about Peru where it was completely closed. Leaders, they make their income out of Oriflame business, and we couldn't deliver. But thanks to some very good ideas, we managed to get permission to continue to deliver. And I would like to Santiago to say a few words about that.
March 13th, Yesper, I thought it was the end of our business in Peru for a while. Because that day, which was the closing day of Catalog 4, the authorities announced a full, total lockdown. But we in Oriflame happen to be entrepreneurial. We have ideas. We react soon. And that was the case of our great MD in Peru. He started to do the following. He persuaded the authorities that we were not so-called unessential, because we also had products like toiletries and wellness that were essential. So that was the first goal, the first accomplishment, to persuade authorities that Oriflame could also deliver products that were completely essential. And second, we had to work in the company to create the catalog and the processes and everything to get the sales of all the products, but only deliver the products that were called the green products, meaning toiletries and wellness. And then we started to do that. We did the process much faster than every other direct sales company in the marketplace, even the Peruvian ones. And by doing that, we kept the company alive for 3 catalogs, and we kept our head out of the water for 63 days. Consultants or brand partners kept on buying and kept on collecting the bonuses. And after a while, they learned how to do the business in social media, digitally. And I'm happy to say and to report back to you, Yesper, that this year, Peru will close as one of the fastest growing markets in the Oriflame world, after having been the country with the worst death toll per capita in COVID. So it's a big warm hand for Camilo and his team, and his spirit and his passion and his can-do attitude. Thank you for asking that, Yesper.
And in Western Europe, it's been a very interesting year for us, and they have really amazing results. In our oldest markets where Oriflame started 50 plus years ago, we see unprecedented results, and we also see how well our strategy is being implemented and working. And I like to have Jura saying a few words about the success in Western Europe.
Hello Oriflame. We are having an eventful year in Western Europe and Global Digital Innovation Lab. We are happy to see that our growth numbers are among the highest in the Oriflame world, both in Western Europe North and Iberia. These numbers are the result of great work and dedication by my fantastic team and our partnership with the leaders in the region. Leadership development is key to growth in our business, and some of our leadership development initiatives have proven themselves to be successful, especially in these testing times. We have introduced mature markets concept in Catalog 15 in the Netherlands, together with VIP concept and the most advanced compensation plan in the industry. GDIL is working hard on developing and integrating digital tools so that our brand partners can fulfill their dreams. We are selling, but we're also testing and experimenting for the greater good of the company, hoping that our learnings will be used by other regions. I'm wishing you a great ending of this year. Thank you.
In Central Europe has been a year of changes as we have gone through a project called Europe 5.0, where we have adapted our business to the future and a new efficient way of working. But this demanded a lot of changes, and the team has done a great job. And our efficiencies are great, and we have also an amazing operating profit delivered this year from Central Europe. One of the stories I like to share with you is one of our biggest challenges right now is, of course, to keep the motivation and the engagement of our leaders at a very high level all around the world. And just a few weeks ago, before the second wave of COVID, the Polish organization actually managed to pull off an event for 500 people, of course fulfilling the local authorities' regulations in a great way, but it was just such an amazing success, and you saw how much people really truly enjoyed to be together in the event and being recognized and sharing best practice, and it was a fantastic event and a highlight for us in Central Europe. In Turkey and Africa has also done an exceptionally good job, because these countries around has faced very difficult situations with very harsh lockdowns, and also in many of the markets in especially Africa, people are used to come to our centers, but we have to close the centers and we have to work in a new way, teaching our brand partners and leaders how to work both with the distribution and also online. And they done a great job, and I like Johan Larsson to say a few words about how they handle this difficult situation.
As Yesper mentioned, we have actually faced severe lockdowns in Turkey and Africa, which is of course difficult for any country, but maybe even more in our culture, because people are really used to meeting up, having big gatherings with a lot of people. However, even more difficult when it comes to they could not visit our office, they could not visit our centers, and they could not visit our SPOs. Despite this, I am so happy to say that we have had exceptional results with all-time high in some of our markets when it comes to sales, recruitment and leadership development. And this has truly been a team effort and a team success. Because in the company we have trained our leaders, the leaders have trained and motivated our brand partners in how to work in a different way and how to work online and digital. So I would like to give my biggest congratulations to the Turkey and Africa staff, leaders and brand partners. You have done a fantastic job and I am so proud. And last but not least, I would like to say that I am very happy and I am very proud to be leading Turkey and Africa into new successes in the future. Thank you. Bye-bye.
And for our biggest region, the CIS region, it's been an extraordinary year. Amazing results, and our profitability has really gone through the roof. So fantastic work being done by everyone being involved. We have opened a new market in Uzbekistan with tremendous success in a very difficult environment. We have managed to get the tremendous momentum going in Kazakhstan. And also, of course, I like to highlight Azerbaijan that has amazing results and is actually the fastest growing market in the whole Orifläйm world this year. So truly amazing work. Of course, all the other markets also done fantastically well. And of course, our biggest market, Russia, where we have managed to make many changes. We have rejuvenated the leaders and the brand partners, and we have a very strong momentum. And we have many creative initiatives how to, during the COVID situation, keep motivation and engagement and spirit very high. And here I like Katrin and say a few words about how they do that.
Thank you, Yesper. Here I would like to highlight a few things what we did during this difficult COVID period in Russia. Main things I think to highlight is that we reacted extremely quickly. We put everything online. All the communication online, all the trainings online. Everything we did, we used to do offline, we put it very quickly online. Also we involved leaders, we trained them how to work on different platforms, Zoom, ProveMe. Those who couldn't do that, there are people who don't want to even try. We gave them scripts for the phone calls. So basically, we tried to be available for our brand partners and for our leaders, and that was actually the main thing. And by doing that, I think we were building a very good online community. People always felt that we were there. People always could find us. They were always with us, and that I think gave us a pretty good result. By the way, we keep doing it still. We have not cancelled those things. We still have Good Morning Russia live streams every Monday. I calculated we have done 35 of them so far, and they are extremely popular. So here I would like to thank our team and my colleagues in Moscow office, regional office, our sales teams. Extremely well done, and this is our success what we did together. Thank you.
That was a lot of great initiatives, but with the hindsight, would you have done anything different? What are you the proudest of?
I would like to say that I have no regrets. I think we done mistakes, obviously, but that's also part of our culture to try and do things, and by doing things, you of course make mistakes. But I, in principle, have no regrets. I would say that. Rather opposite. We learned a lot and we've done a lot of great things, and our success is really big. I'm very proud of what we've done and of our team, and I would say I'm the most proud of the team effort of our people who really lived up to the occasion and delivered fantastic solutions, results, motivated our leaders and brand partners in a fantastic way. It's really the people that makes the difference in Oriflame, and that I'm the most proud of.
So what are your expectations for the next year? What are you looking forward to?
Well, I expect next year to be a challenging year with stormy weather conditions due to the COVID. I don't think it will go away during next year. But I feel very good about our opportunities and all the great experiences we learned during this year. And I'm looking forward very much to work together with the team. I feel like we as a team have really, just like in sailing, trimmed the boat. We will find our way to really win and be the first in line. So I feel very good about next year, and I think that we together will come out even stronger than we are today, and Oriflame will continue to win.
Can you pronounce your full title?
No, I can't. I give up.
Have you ever tried or thought of leaving Oriflame?
Well, there has been times where I have felt a little bit down. Of course, I have, especially with the traveling, never been away so much from my family, and sometimes I thought of that maybe there is a different way of living. But I always got so much energy from working together with all the great people in the Oriflэйm community, and the energy very quickly went back, and I'm still with Oriflэйm for more now than 20 years. And is it worth it? For sure it is, because as I have always said, Oriflэйm brings a lot of positive energy. Takes a lot of energy, but brings a lot of positive energy. So I truly recommend you all to go after my position.
Why should people work for Oriflэйm as an employee? Not as a business, as a brand partner, but as an employee. Why should people work for Oriflэйm?
I think we provide the very best opportunity for being employed, because we are having the very interesting, dynamic business opportunity, fantastic products, and we have a great culture where you can really make a difference by bringing up your ideas, being entrepreneurial in your sphere of work, really finding the tools and the new things that keeps Oriflэйm always developing and moving forward. It's really a very vibrant culture with a very strong togetherness spirit and passion and a big heart.
What's your approach to the current very thin line between the personal life and the business life? Where is that work and life balance in 2020, where you have lots of conference calls, lots of team conferences, and you do it from your home? Where is the border divided?
Challenge is different from what I'm used to, but it's for sure online meetings from early morning till late evening. But I try to keep disciplined and have breaks, and also to have lunch. And it's great to be together with my family to have lunch. And then I also try to break in the evening and go out, because I like to do some sports. So I try to ride my bike or to do some jogging in the evening. But I would say discipline and good planning is key.
And the last question, do you miss traveling?
Actually not. I sometimes I'm a little bit complaining sometimes to my wife that I have an early morning online meeting, and she keeps reminding me that, well, think about the night flights you had and the early morning waking up in Asia or in Latin America, just taking a shower, going directly after the long flight, and then I feel, well, that's not so bad at all. What I miss, though, I would say, is really the people, physical meetings. I have done some traveling in the last months, and it was really fantastic to meet the people I met.